In a small village surrounded by hills and fields, the market was the heart of everything. It was not just a place to buy food, it was where people gathered, shared stories, and greeted one another with smiles. The market was alive with laughter, the rhythm of drums, and the sounds of traders calling out their goods. Here, every face was familiar, and every child felt safe. But on this day, something unexpected was about to unfold. Kofi was a boy filled with curiosity. The market was his favorite place in the world, a place where every corner had something new to see. His mother often brought him along when she went shopping for the family, but each time she gave him the same warning. Mother, smiling but serious, Kofi, you must stay by my side today. This market is crowded and I don't want you to get lost. Kofi, grinning, nodding quickly, I will, Mama. I promise. Kofi meant to keep his promise. He always did. But as they walked deeper into the market with so many bright colors and exciting sounds pulling his attention, his feet itched to explore. They walked past the vegetable stalls, the spice vendors, and the women selling brightly colored cloths. But just as Kofi's mother stopped to speak with the fish seller, something caught Kofi's eye. A group of children, not much older than him, were playing nearby with a small wooden car they had made from scraps of wood and bottle tops. The car rolled smoothly over the dusty ground, and the children cheered with delight each time it moved. Kofi, eyes wide, whispering, Wow, I wish I could play with them. Without thinking, Kofi let go of his mother's hand and slowly walked toward the children. He was drawn to the car like a magnet, forgetting all about the crowded market and his mother's warning. In just a few steps, he was lost in a world of play, watching the car zip along the ground. It wasn't until the children's laughter died down and they began to leave that Kofi looked around and realized something was wrong. He was surrounded by people, strangers, moving through the market, busy with their own lives. His mother was nowhere in sight. The excitement that had filled Kofi's heart moments ago was now replaced with a sinking feeling of fear. Kofi whispers, panicking, Mama, where are you, Mama? Kofi began to walk quickly through the market, his eyes darting from face to face, hoping to see his mother's familiar smile. But every turn he took, he found only strangers. He called out for her, but his small voice was lost in the noise of the bustling market. As Kofi's heart began to race, he felt tears welling up in his eyes. He didn't know what to do. But then, a voice as soft as a warm breeze called out to him, Vendor, gently, Little one, are you lost? Kofi turned and saw an elderly woman sitting behind a small stall piled high with bananas. She had a soft smile on her face and eyes full of kindness. Slowly, Kofi nodded. Kofi, voice trembling, Yes, I can't find my mother. Vendor, nodding, reassuringly, Don't worry, my child. The market is big, but it is full of good people. Sit here with me for a moment. We will find your mother. Kofi sat down on the wooden stool beside the vendor, wiping his tears with the back of his hand. The woman offered him a banana, and though his hands shook, he took it gratefully. Vendor, I've seen many children get lost in this market, but they always find their way back, you'll see. But not everyone in the market was as kind as the old vendor. As Kofi sat there, a man with a sly smile and sharp eyes walked up to them. His clothes were fancier than the others in the market, and there was something about him that made Kofi uneasy. Stranger, smiling too broadly, I heard you're looking for your mother, young boy. I can help you find her. Come with me, and I'll take you to her. The vendor narrowed her eyes at the man, but before she could say anything, Kofi remembered something his mother had told him. Kofi firmly, No, my mother told me not to go with strangers. Vendor, looking at the man with suspicion, This boy will stay here. We don't need your help. The man's smile faded, and with a cold look he walked away. The vendor let out a small sigh of relief and patted Kofi on the shoulder. Vendor, you did the right thing, child. You must always be careful of people who are too eager to help, especially when you don't know them. Word spread quickly through the market that a child had been separated from his mother. The villagers were like one big family. Soon, people from all corners of the market were calling out Kofi's mother's name. The fish seller, the cloth weaver, the drummer who played his music near the market gates, all joined in the search. Fish seller, calling out, "Has anyone seen the mother of a young boy? She was here earlier." Cloth weaver, waving her hands, "I remember her. She was at my stall not long ago. She was asking about fabric." As the search continued, Kofi sat quietly beside the banana vendor, his heart still pounding but with a small spark of hope growing inside him. The kindness of the people around him made him feel a little less scared. He knew deep down that his mother was looking for him just as hard as he was searching for her. Then, through the noise of the crowd, Kofi heard a voice he would recognize anywhere. It was his mother's voice, calling his name, filled with worry and relief. He stood up quickly and looked around, and there she was, running toward him as fast as her feet could carry her. Mother, sobbing, embracing Kofi. "Kofi! Oh, Kofi, I was so scared. I told you to stay close. Why did you leave my side?" Kofi, sniffing, holding on to his mother tightly. "I'm sorry, Mama. I didn't mean to get lost. I just wanted to see the children playing." Kofi's mother held him close, her tears falling onto his small shoulders. She was angry, yes, but more than anything, she was relieved to have him back in her arms. Kofi and his mother thanked the banana vendor and the other kind people who had helped them. As they walked back through the market hand in hand, Kofi promised himself he would never wander off again. "Mother," gently but firmly, "you must understand, Kofi. The world is big, and not everyone is kind. But as long as you remember to listen, you will always find your way." Kofi nodding, "I understand, Mama. I'll stay close from now on." And so, with the setting sun casting long shadows over the market, Kofi and his mother made their way home. The day had been filled with fear and lessons, but most of all, it reminded them both of the love and kindness that still existed in their community.